Hello Broducers, it's Özgün here. In this tutorial, I'm gonna make a Psytrance drop. I recently updated my studio with UA Acoustics. I have a new acoustic treatment panels, and I'm gonna give my opinions in the end of this video. If you're interested on that topic, just make sure to check that one also. And if you're ready, let's get into that tutorial. Okay guys, I'm experimenting on Psytrance. I'm just start to learn it. I'm really enjoying listening to it, and I decided to give a little bit more time on Psytrance. So that's why I'm still learning, and I have several tricks to show you today. I hope you are gonna like it. I'm gonna put the kick like this. It's a cashmere kick. Let's make the kick a little bit of shorter because our bass is gonna be here, here, and here. So I don't want them to clash with each other. Now the kick sound like this. And yeah, for the bass, I'm gonna use Serum. And we are gonna create the bass really easy. But first, let's write a MIDI. I think we can use this one. We are gonna use a saw wave. I'm gonna make the random 0 and phase to the beginning. So it's gonna be start every bass hit is gonna start with the same phase. This is important for the sub, low end consistency. And we are gonna go any of the filters that you like. I like 18 because 18 is, I think, only in Serum. And now let's go to envelope 2 and let's make the sustain to the middle and lower the decay. And yeah, we have to connect this to here and click Alt Shift. So it's gonna change the direction of the connection. So after we're making this, maybe a little bit of drive. Okay, we are gonna make the same envelope, but it's gonna be a little bit of bigger because with this, like, it's gonna be hit and we are gonna hear the transient of the wavetable, and then the filter is gonna be applied. We can process it later. Let's send to its channel, and I'm gonna sidechain it like this. You can even sidechain it with just a volume automation. Which one fits to your style? I'm gonna do something like this. So the first hit, there will be no sound. So my kick is gonna hit, but the second hit of the note, this one, and I'm gonna just lower it a little bit because I still have some kick tail in there. So I have to balance them perfectly. Sounds nice. Let's hear it with the kick. I think we can have a little bit more sustain on here. And I'm gonna make the MIDI a bit longer. I'm gonna add some variation. Okay, I have an idea for that, but first I just want to give it a little bit of OTT. And you can go any of the distortions you like a parallel distortion, not 100% wet. It can give a texture to the bass. Okay, I like this one. Let's make it mono. So let's leave gaps in here, and in here, and clone this bass. If we go envelope 2 and give it a little bit of attack, it's gonna sound like a reverse bass. And you can just use it like this. Yes, I think it's a little bit interesting now. I think I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna leave a gap in here. And yeah, now we have more variations. And let's add the final touch to the last bar. Okay, now I'm gonna program some hi-hats. It's gonna be the close hats. It's gonna evolve in time. Like I'm gonna have a simple pattern at first, then the pattern is gonna be complicated when other drums come. The first pattern I'm thinking to do like this and put the velocity to less. We get this. Okay, let's send it to some channel, call it closed. And we can create a hi-hat bass in here. And we can add a reverb in here. Let's choose drum room. With this, like every drum we send to this channel is gonna be in the same room, and it's an important thing when you are programming your drums. Also, even you can just put a little bit of overdrive or saturation, anything you like. And don't forget to cut the unwanted frequencies after saturating some signal. And yeah, this can be a bass for this kind of drums. Let's see how it sounds. And yeah, if we copy this one more time and maybe add here something like this, we can just change the pattern in the second part. I'm gonna use the same hi-hats, but this time the MIDI is gonna be like this. I'm gonna make it double. Let's make the velocities back again. And we can have the note change like this. And let's click Alt Q and choose any of the levels that you like in here. Let's choose Funky Drummer. And you can just tweak like this. And it's gonna work if we add an open hat that's covering the offbeats. It's obviously too long. Like if I put it, it's gonna clash with the kick. So we choose envelope and lower everything but the decay. Let's choose cut self because I have another trick for this. If you go piano roll and copy it one beat before and lower the velocity, it's gonna sound so much groovy. Let's send it to hi-hat bass. But let's make sure they don't have any unwanted frequencies. And even we can use a limiter for the close head because when it's rolling, it's like always hitting at the same time with the kick. We have to send it like this. And lastly, I'm gonna bring some claps. I'm not sure if I use it, but like at some point if you bring them, everything is gonna be more interesting because the snare always changing the vibe of the rhythm. And let's push the master to see how they sound. Okay, be careful, I'm just boosting it right now. Okay, I like how it sounds. Now I'm gonna bring several bass shots, some synth shots, some alien speech voices. Let's call it shots, because we always need them. We always need some bass shots, some sound that keep the things more interesting. And I'm gonna use Faceplant. You can subscribe it like Splice, and you can use all of the plugins, like the kilohertz plugins. I'm just starting to use it for this pack. It belongs to Dash Glitch. I'm really enjoying his tutorials recently, and I just discovered he got a pack for Faceplant. You can check that out. There are really cool effects in here. For example, like this one. We can use it like this. I'm gonna just cut the loss to make sure. Sounds good. Let's clone this one and just tweak another presets. So it's really pro sound design. I had no idea how to make these sounds. But if you use like this pack, you can always use the macros and change the sound even if you don't know what you are doing. Now if you're making something like this, just give more time on the placement of the bass shots. This kind of sounds always needs to spend more time on this to make it sound perfect in the track. But anyways, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna just go to the lead. And I have something on my mind about the lead. Like the inspiration to make this tutorial, I just first, couple days ago, find this sample. It's really ethnic, but I thought if I just chop it like this and place it like this, we can have really creative stuff. I'm gonna send it to like a lead channel. Let's put a camel crusher. I'm gonna just process it as a lead. Let's add the patcher, the patch that I'm using for my leads. I think it's this one. I'm just gonna remove this delay. Instead, I'm gonna put a fruity delay. So let's go to time 3 and make it only wet. Now I'm just gonna give it a sidechain delay and reverb. But when I do this, everything is gonna change. If you have gross beat, you should use the transgate from that. But I don't have gross beat in my FL Studio, so I'm just gonna stick with good old LFO tool. So now it's gonna sound like this. Even if you put the LFO tool to B4, the reverb is gonna be more big, it's on your taste. Sounds good, right? So I'm gonna do, let's copy the same kick movement to here. Before I end the video, I have some white noise sample like this. I'm gonna put it to cover more space. Okay, I think now we can listen what we got. I'm pretty much done with the idea. And yeah, maybe in the next video we can work more on this. We can try to complete the track. Please let me know what you think, because I never finished the Psytrance track. But I think today's work is just a banger, like a potential banger. And please let me know what you think about it. So before we listen the final result, let's talk about my new studio arrangement. Approximately like 2 weeks ago, I just updated all of my room acoustic foams and I replaced them with UA acoustic products. And my first impressions, I'm using this setup for 2 weeks. My old studio was a bit deaf than right now. I didn't even know about this. I had so many like regular foams, but now when I replace them with the wood ones and I have some diffusers and I have proper bass traps, and now the sound is changed completely. So the change is something like this. Old studio was absorbing too much sounds and there will be like too much absorption and there were less volume in the room. When I get the new ones, now the sound is more rich. I'm hearing more details and the stereo imaging is like really amazed me. I was really scared at first, like what if I couldn't get used to how they sound, because it's always a risk, right? But after like 1 hour, I was starting to make better mixes. That's why it's really important how to treat your room, because when someone says you to do that, use your ear. If your room is not treated, how can you use your ear, right? That's why acoustic treatment on your studio is important. That's why I choose the UA Acoustics. So they are calculating your room for free and you give the photos of your room and dimensions. They are just making a 3D model, how you should set up the acoustic foams, where to put which product, and they do that for free. They analyze your room and give you the like best possible positions to place them. So with this, you can just look at the photo that they sent and just place them to the right positions. And yeah, like we have a partnership with them right now, and I'm gonna give a code to the description so you can get 10% discount. If you're interested on their products, just make sure to check that out. And yeah, enough talk, and let's listen to today's track. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next video. Bye bye.